Lesson 96, Geometric Measures with Radicals. So first off, review what a radical is. Radical is a number that cannot be written as a fraction. It has a square root number, so they are irrational numbers, which means they have a decimal that never ends and they never repeat, and they can never be written as a fraction. When we work with these, we're going to be using the Pythagorean theorem, especially when we're trying to find the hypotenuse of a triangle. So first off, find the perimeter and the area of this rectangle. Since this is on a coordinate grid, we can create a couple right triangles. And the reason why we would need to use the right triangle is so we can find the side length, which is the hypotenuse of a right triangle. So we're trying to find the distance from one point to the other. So we're going to do that for two of these, so we can find the side lengths of our triangles. So here we have 1, 2, 3. This one, 1, 2, 3. So we would have 3 squared plus 3 squared would equal c squared. 9 plus 9 is 18 equals c squared. Want to do a square, we find the square root of both sides. This would be the square root of 9 times the square root of 2, which would give us 3 square root of 2. So this side length is 3 square root of 2. And then here we got 2 and we got 2. So we got 2 squared plus 2 squared equals c squared. 4 plus 4 is 8. Undo a square, find the square root of both sides. Square root of 4 times square root of 2 gives us 2 square root of 2. So to find the perimeter, I have two groups of 3 square root of 2 plus 2 square root of 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. Square root of 2 times 2, this will give us a total of 10 square root of 2. This would be units. And then the area, I would just take my 3 square root of 2 times my 2 square root of 2. This will give us 6 square root of 4, which is 2. 6 times 2 gives us 12 square units. Next problem, refer to the illustrated right triangle to find the length of the hypotenuse. Again, we need to use the Pythagorean theorem. So square root of 3 squared times 1 squared will give us c squared. So square root of 3 squared is 3. Square root of 1 squared is 1. So now I have 3 plus 1 gives us c squared. 4 would equal c squared. Find the square root of both sides. C would have to equal 4. So the side length, the hypotenuse would be 4 units. Find the perimeter, we got 4. Actually, it would be 2, because the square root of 4 is 2. So it would be 2 units. So now to add them up, we have 2 plus 1 plus the square root of 3 will give us 3 square root of 3 units. Next, find the perimeter and area of this rectangle in units. So the perimeter, I have two groups of 3 square root of 3 plus 2 square root of 3. And I can add these because the radicands are the same. So 3 plus 2 is 5 square root of 3. I have 2 of those. So this will give us 10 square root of 3 units for our perimeter. And our area, we would take 3 square root of 3 times 2 square root of 3, which would give us 3 times 2 is 6. Square root of 3 times square root of 3 is 3, which would give us 18 square units. And then find the perimeter and area of the triangle. we have the square root of 5 squared plus 2 squared equals c squared. So we 5 plus 4 gives us c squared. 9 equals c squared. Find the square roots. C would equal 3. So to find the perimeter, we would have 3 plus 2 plus the square root of 5, which would give us 5 square root of 5. And then the area would be 2 times the square root of 5 divided by 2, which would just give us the square root of 5 square units. This one would just be 3 units. Next one, what is the perimeter and area of a square with vertices at 2, 0, 0, 2, negative 2, 0, and 0, negative 2? So let's plot those points on here. So 2, 0, 0, 2, negative 2, 0, and 0, negative 2. And draw our square. Since it's a square, I only need to find one of the sides. So 1, 2, 1, 2, so 2 by 2. So 2 squared plus 2 squared equals c squared. 4 plus 4 is 8. Find the square roots. C would have to equal 2 square root of 2. Now to find the perimeter, I have 4 groups of 2 square root of 2, which would give us 8 square root of 2 units as our perimeter. In our area, we would take 2 square root of 2 times 2 square root of 2, which equal 4 times 2, which is 8. This would be square units. And our last one, what is the perimeter and area of this square? So again, let's find the side length of 1. So it goes 1, 2, up 1. So 2 squared plus 1 squared equals c squared. 4 plus 1 gives us c squared. So we have 5 equals c squared. Find the square root of both sides. So this would be square root of 5. For the perimeter, I have 4 groups of the square root of 5, which would give us 4 square root of 5 units. And find the area, we would have square root of 5 times square root of 5 gives us 5 square units. So just to review before we close, anytime you square a radical, or you multiply a radical by itself, it always becomes the radicand, whatever's inside the radical symbol. That was our lesson today on geometric measures with radicals.